Dodgers are one game away from locking up their 8th World Series title, and LA fans just might bring their broomsticks to the Bronx tonight for Game 4. So we're going to talk World Series and, of course, Dodgers baseball with Jamie Maggio of Sports Central out in LA. Jamie, thanks for hopping on with us. A New Yorker out in LA, you got to be torn right now. You have to be torn.
First things first, Brandon, so great to see you, and thank you so much for having me on the show. Yeah, I grew up on Long Island. I actually grew up a Yankees fan, moved to LA when I was 13, and, sort of adopted the Dodgers as my secondary team. So it's tough. It's tough. I will say this, though, as a fan of baseball, I really wanted to see a more competitive series. For me, I want to see this one go the distance, give me 7 games, give me good games. And coming into this series, that's what everybody thought it was going to be. Yankees and Dodgers, Ohtani versus Judge. Ohtani and Judge really haven't done anything in this series. So it's to me, it's been a little bit of a letdown. I was hoping for more. That Game 1 aside, that was incredible. That one was really
incredible finish for Game 1. I thought, like you said, I thought it was going to set us up for a 7-game series full of excitement and action, but instead the Yankees are holding on to the brink of elimination. So let's stay Game 3. Give us your thoughts and, I guess, biggest takeaways from last night's Dodgers win.
I think what we're seeing from the Dodgers, it's incredible that they're doing it in a different way. I feel like every series, right? Like against the Padres in the DS, it was the bullpen that really came alive. In the NLCS, they were crushing them with the offense. And now it's the starting pitching in this series, which is just so crazy to me. I mean, Walker Buehler is a guy who's supposed to get it done. He's been in the big games before, but Game 3, I know we talk about must-win games. Like, that was a must-win game for the Yankees, because now you're in a 3-0 hole that is near impossible to dig yourself out of. And Freddie Freeman just sucking the life out of Yankee Stadium with the 2-run shot in the first inning. I mean, that sort of sets the tone for the game. It gives your starting pitcher a little bit of breathing room, takes the pressure off, lets them settle in a little bit. So I just think, Game 3, that Freddie Freeman's homer in the first inning sort of set the tone, and it's just going to be a real battle for the Yankees to get out of this one.
I mean, this dude has been lights out and has showed up Showtime and hashtag All Rise. Freddie Freeman needs his own hashtag after the way that he's been playing, but it's not just him. Like, are you surprised that the Dodgers bats are showing up as big as they are, even with Shohei Ohtani struggling?
Well, that's like the wild thing, right? Like, after the regular season that Shohei had, you just couldn't wait to see him perform in his first ever playoff appearance and get to the World Series. And it's been, relatively quiet. I'm glad that whole separated shoulder wasn't that big of a deal. But to be honest with him, after that injury happened in Game 2, talking to his teammates, no one was really that worried about it. Generally when one of your stars goes down, is potentially going to miss time, which obviously he didn't, but you think, wow, we're doomed. But everyone, this team has battled through these injuries all throughout the regular season, and their whole mindset is like, well, if one goes down, someone else will pick him up, and we've seen that. We've seen them do that all season. So not surprised about the offense. I think the offense, we saw what they could do in the NLCS against the Mets. I mean, what do they have? 46 runs, I think, which was a record in 6 games against the Mets. So those offense that they get, but actually this series hasn't even really been about the offense. I think it's been about the starting pitching. And then last night they drew some timely walks. That's the thing. They're going to make you throw in the zone, and they're going to, you have to be extremely accurate, because they're going to be patient at the plate, and they're going to draw walks. They had 6 last night. So it's a combination of the starting pitching. It's the patience at the plate. It's knocking them out of the park when it's needed. So a little bit of everything from this Dodgers team. They just look so unstoppable right now.
Yeah, let's stay on the pitching, because, I mean, Ferris Bueller's day off, or Walker Bueller's day off, everyone in that pitching rotation and that bullpen has been playing lights out for the Dodgers. So are you surprised how impactful that the pitching has been in this series for the Dodgers?
First of all, no one's getting a day off. Walker, no one's getting a day off for this Dodgers team. They're all showing up on game nights. But I'm not really surprised. I'm surprised because coming into this series, everyone talked about how the Yankees had such a strong advantage with the starting pitching, and it's been, I mean, a complete reversal of that. So I think that caught people off guard. They've got a bullpen game going in Game 4. Traditionally, that's not what any manager wants to approach a playoff game with, or any game really, is a bullpen game. But that's what the Dodgers are doing in Game 4. It worked well for them in that first round against the Padres, not so much against the Mets. But, I think what we're seeing is they're just getting it done. They're getting crafty, and hats off to Dave Roberts for managing a really good World Series run so far.
Let's stick to this bullpen game. If, let's say, the Yankees come out, bats come alive against the Dodgers bullpen, they win Game 4. Game 5 is in the Bronx as well. So first one, can you give us your thoughts on Game 4 in general? And if New York pulls this one out, do you think Dodgers fans kind of worry a little bit?
Brandon, I am an eternal optimist, okay? I hold out hope until the very end. I really would love to see the Yankees come out and score some runs early and lock in. Judge, please, get on base. He drew a walk last night, great, but knock one out of the park, please. I just don't know. I think the last time a team was down 3-0 and then won one game and then lost in Game 5, it was 1970. The Cincinnati Reds. I mean, that's 45 years ago. It's really hard. And if the Dodgers score runs early in Game 4 tonight, it's going to quiet the crowd. You take the home crowd advantage out of it. And there's just something about the Dodgers team this year that has that little sprinkle of magic, and you know what I'm talking about. You have Fernando Valenzuela passing away the week of his birthday. By the way, it would be Game 6. There's just something special. Freddie Freeman's doing it all on a sprained ankle, and he. Some traumatic things happen personally with his young son this season. And there's just things that are happening that just seem like it's destined to be the Dodgers. As much as I wanted this one to go, and I hope that the brooms do not come out, let this be competitive. But I'll tell you what, the Yankees are probably feeling it right now, and want to get back on a plane and then have to go across the country and try to win in LA at Dodger Stadium. That's how I feel. I feel like this one's over.
Yeah, I'm hoping the brooms don't come out, but the Swiffers are out at least. Bounty Quicker Picker Upper has been out. Just real quick, since we both can kind of agree that we feel like this series is kind of over, who would be your World Series MVP as of right now?
I mean, I think it has to be Freddie Freeman.
Yeah.
I think it has to be Freeman for playing and being as impactful as he is on that sprained ankle, and for the timely hitting. I mean, the dude is homered in 3 straight games, 5 if you go back to his time with the Atlanta Braves in World Series games. He's stepping up in the clutch. Obviously, the grand slam in Game 1. He had a homer in Game 2. And like we talked about a minute ago, that 2-run shot in the first inning last night, you're on the road. It's your first game in the Bronx at Yankee Stadium. That's hallowed. And you knock out a 2-run shot, that's going to take the fans out of it and give your starting pitcher a little bit of confidence and a little bit of breathing room. And I just think that goes such a long way. So I'd have to give that to Freddie Freeman. And personally, I love the guy. So I would be happy for him, but I think that's the way it's going to go for World Series MVP.
Yeah, I've never seen Yankee Stadium so quiet. He sobered everybody up. And I was at Billy's before the game, and when I say that he sobered everyone up, everyone was just sitting there, just stunned. Everybody's sitting there watching this man go to work. Jamie, this has been awesome. Tell the people they can find you.
At Jamie Maggio. Jamie like Jaime, which is how you spell your middle. Jaime. So, give a follow, and I'll try to be entertaining.
All right. Well, thank you for hopping on with this.
Appreciate you, Brandon.